Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ace, and I'm back with another reaction video. Here we go. Alright, so my trek down into the rabbit hole of Queen material continues. We are on track number 5 on Queen 2, 1974. This song is called The Loser in the End. It's my understanding that this song was written and performed by Roger. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it and see what this is going to be about.
She don't know what to say. Her little baby boy is just left home today. She's got to be the loser in the end. She's got to be the loser in the end. Misuse her and you lose her as a friend. She's smart on whom you can always depend. She washed and fed, clothed and cared.
Alright, let's pause for a minute. So, the song is very brooding, it's dark, it's echoey, it has like this slightly urgent flair to it. The drum intro was cool, and it has a more direct, straight ahead rock groove to it. There are some sounds on this track that I think seem to almost foreshadow like grunge and alternative rock of the 90s. So yeah, so far it's interesting. Let's keep going.
For nearly 20 years, all she gets is goodbye, Ma, and the night times for her tears. She's got to be the loser. Yeah. She's got to be the loser. Yeah. Misuse her and you lose her as a friend. She's not on who you could always depend. Well, here you're talking now. So listen, mothers everywhere, to just one mother's son. You'll get forgotten on the way if you don't let them have their fun. Get regrets, but just remember, it's not so long since you were young. You're bound to be the loser in the end. You're bound to be the loser in the end. They'll choose the new shoes, that's not for the band. Your mom on whom they can always depend.
All right, the loser in the end. So let me get into what I think the song is about first. So it starts off sounding like a ne'er-do-well son abandoning his sacrificial mother, and Roger is scorning him for taking his mother for granted. Then the narrative begins to flip, and then you see that for all her well-meaning intentions, it's mom who's also overbearing and basically drove him out of the house. So ultimately, she's the loser in the end, both for giving too much and for expecting too much. So it's an interesting concept for a song. That said, the song is kind of weird. Just like modern times rock and roll, the atmosphere seems to have a lot of teen angst and youthful rebellion. That I'm thinking seems to be Roger's calling card. The song comes off as an out the box curveball. You know, we haven't gotten to the Freddie material yet, so I know the real weird stuff is yet to come, but this was still a bit curious. So there's a lot of texture here. I noticed the 3 tones and 2 notes. It's more stripped down and forward facing than the previous tracks on the album. Stylistically, it's more straight ahead rock in a Zeppelin, Black Sabbath sort of a way. Roger's voice is intriguing. His tone is raw and gritty on the lead vocal. Then he flexes his more controlled and higher range on the vocal overdubs. The way he seamlessly alternates from contrasting notes is impressive. The bass drum is fire, very heavy, very carefully restrained. The door slam at the end of the Goodbye Ma line was a nice touch. I also think I detected a woodblock intermixed with the main snare drum. Not surprising, Roger let loose with just a rousing good drum solo at the very end that was just, I guess, just straight bananas. The blistering guitar solo after the second chorus was great. I love how from there the guitar continues to let loose and begins facing off with the increasingly savage drums. The song steadily becomes more and more metal in the second half, and that outro was just a blast. I know that this album is separated into parts. The white side being anchored by Brian and the black side is going to be Freddie. Despite how out of left field this song seems, the parent-child premise, I think it kind of aligns with the theme of father to son, so I can see why it was on the white side. I know that this was just a lyric video, but I gotta say, I think they should have had more pictures of Roger. There were so many pictures of Brian and so many pictures of Freddie. I think Roger should have been more prominent in the images that were displayed. Overall, I would give the song a letter grade of a C+. Sonically, it's actually a pretty good track. I found the arrangement contemporary and something to groove to. After the subtlety of the first 3 songs, I think this one gives the album a much needed kick in the balls. However, I gotta say that I found the Debbie Downer lyrics and temperament to be a bit bizarre and somewhat off-putting. It felt like I was being lectured to with these kind of sweeping statements about how unappreciated mothers are. So yeah, it just, I like it, but at the same time, it's not a favorite of what I've heard so far. And, something tells me that it probably is not going to end up being amongst my favorite songs on the album, but it's still a pretty good song. Roger's contributions are always welcomed, always interesting. But how do you feel about it? How do you feel about Queen's The Loser in the End? Leave me some comments, like and subscribe, and until next time, peace.